How y'all doing, YouTube and Rumble fans and viewers? I'm your host, TJ Evans, with another episode of Untitled Discussion. And I'm sitting here again with my friend Corderris Glass, Black Plate Productions, also Darcelle. I see art. It's always a nice time and a good thing to have a woman's perspective on the things that we'll be talking about. And today we're going to be talking about what do we feel about the things that's going on in America right now, specifically for Black Americans. And we notice that we have wars going on, famine, people are running out of food, people are losing their houses. And is it good for Black people to stay here in this country? Me personally, I feel like this is where Black people should stay, and I think the people I have here today think it's time to leave. So since you said it's time to go, Corderris, tell me what you wanna say. Why is it time to leave?
I mean, first argument is we don't. It's not our land, bro. We were brought here, and it's not our house. You feel me? Like trying to vote and buy our way to the master bedroom in another man's house is just dumb to me. Like I don't even know how to put it. Just straight up, it's just dumb to me. I'm not gonna let you. I don't care how much rent you pay. If my name on the mortgage, you're not coming to the master bedroom, bro. You might make it upstairs,
I feel the same way.
but yeah.
You feel the same way?
I feel the same way. We ain't from here. In fact, a lot of us don't even know where we're from. But it ain't from here. We know that much. We came on boats. So it's like, why would we need to stay somewhere where we're not even, this ain't our land?
Alright, see, like me personally, I feel a little different because, if we think about when we came here, 1619, we helped build this country into what it is today.
True that.
Even the founding document is actually written not just for white people, but also for Black people as well. So I'm kind of on the lines where I'm saying, yeah, maybe we should be here.
You think it was written for Black people as well?
I think that the only reason why we gained our freedom is because a black man named Frederick Douglass explained that the only way that the Constitution could really fulfill its guidelines, what it actually says, is if you free Black people. If you understand that Black people are men.
Definitely a
So
good
we argument. Fight our
argument.
way.
Definitely a good argument, and I definitely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, it was a fight. At the same time, when you look at that Constitution being written, it was written by men who were establishing their organization, right?
True.
And that organization included a group of men that didn't look like us, right? So whether or not if you want to try to infringe upon their own wording so you can be included in their organization, it still stands as their organization.
I mean,
Right.
that is true, and I can't argue against that. But one of the things that I would say is, in any instance of human existence, we come across battles where different civilizations and different people who are actually at the top control what the majority does.
Right.
But yet, in order to establish freedom, liberty, we had to fight for that. And even the laws, especially if we're talking about the Constitution was written in a way that it says all men are created equal.
Right.
The only way that you can actually fulfill that promise is if all men are equal.
Yeah, I agree.
But do you agree that they treat us equal? Do you think that they abide by that? Because that's not what's really going on.
I believe that they do.
You think they do?
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying
So
all
the
the
laws
time, but I'm
work.
saying
The system
yes,
works.
majority of the time, yes, the system does work.
Majority of the time, it works. Or
I mean, yeah, it does work.
Does
It does
or
work.
it don't work?
No. 100% of the time, it works. Because if it didn't work, it wouldn't continue for so long. The problem lies in how the system is used. Just like a gun, it can work. You know what I mean? Or it can not work. It can jam, right?
Yeah.
But then when you have a gun, you can use it to save people and stop a robbery, stop a murder, or you can use it to commit those very acts. You feel me?
Works majority of the time.
So, I mean, like, yeah, if it jammed, then you in trouble. You don't want it to jam.
The thing is, even when you talk about, because that's a great example that you use with the gun. So even with the gun, the only way that your gun doesn't jam is if you clean it.
Right. Take
you
care
have
of
to clean
it.
out your gun, and you have to be able to use it.
Right.
So let's say apply that to the same system.
You got to take care of
The only
it.
way that the system works is if we take care of the system, if
Right.
we use the system how it's supposed to be used, and also if we clean out the system. And that's what I could apply to the politicians. Because I'm not going to say that the American system is perfect, but I will say if one of the things that will help it move further along, if we put out these bogus politicians that aren't doing anything to help the country.
I don't think that's going to change it, though, because, okay, the tongue is a weapon in itself, right? Like, okay, when we was talking about comparing a gun to a country, if you take care of it and it works, cool. But if you ain't lying to a person, and let's just say, you know, word gets back to you that somebody was saying, hey, Corderris doing this and this, and it leads to me and you get into an altercation and the gun is brought forth. Somebody gets shot. Now, that tongue has caused this weapon to become an instrument of murder. You feel me?
Right.
Now, at the same time, the tongue can cause the system to be an instrument of adversity and oppression.
And destruction.
And that's why when it comes to law, the pen is mightier than the sword. And the pen is nothing but a reflection of the tongue, because in order to talk to the system, it has to be on paper. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you communicate or when you talking and you got people who are willing to lie, or in legal terms, who are able to bring forth loopholes to benefit themselves, now this system that is created and designed that all men are created equally, I'm able to oppose legal loopholes on you to keep you from advancing, red tape. You feel me? And I'm able to do that within the confines of the system because I know things that you don't. Or I'm able to lobby, right? And I'm able to lobby and use my money to get businesses in places that you can't because of red tape.
So let's expound on law then. In America, we have a system of law that is set up to every man is proven is innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
That's what it says in the books, and that's pretty much what we go off of.
Right.
I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying most of the time.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's not how it is.
I mean, we can agree to that.
Yeah.
We can agree to that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying even in that system, because I know that you feel that we should leave America.
Facts.
And we should go to another country.
Facts.
But there is no other country that I can see on this planet that has that system of law. That even we have the ability to vote these individuals out who we don't want here.
Right.
Like, I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Okay. And this is why I propose the idea of, instead of looking for the place that you want to be your utopia, why not create it?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, why not make it yourself?
Yeah.
Or why not just get used to the idea of living a different way? What's so bad about living a different way?
That too.
As long as all your basic needs are covered, what is so bad about that?
Well, honestly, even if we adhere to what is supposed to be established in this country, with a smaller government, we'll be able to do this. But right now, we have the government growing.
Okay.
But if we actually paid attention to what it says in the Constitution, in the Bill of Amendments, like, people should be left alone. You should be able to just be on your own land, grow your own food, hunt, raise a family, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
But we're able to do that here. You know what I'm saying? Right now, things have been messed up, and we've been voting certain things, certain people in administration, where it made it harder for us to do those different things. So, let's say if we leave here and go to another area, what happens if we bring those same individuals who don't believe that we should be free, who don't believe that we should have a smaller governance, that people should live on their own?
Think everybody's gonna go to the same place?
I mean, yeah.
You think everybody's just gonna compile in one area, or it's gonna be like spread out?
Well, it depends. Like, all right, good question. So, where would you go if you left America?
Africa.
Where in Africa?
Ghana. Right?
All
That'd
right.
be cool.
All right. So, if you go to Ghana, what if? And I've heard a lot of people talk about Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if those same individuals, the same mind frame over here that has been making it pretty hard to live over here because you've been pretty much
spoiled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I mean, I can understand that.
So what happens when that actually get
The challenges are different.
Africa and Ghana.
Specifically for African Americans or us classified as Negroes, we would be in an environment without a natural competitor.
Or
you feel me? As races or nationality or whatever, we often compete for resources. Going to Ghana as Negroes, we would be amongst our kind. So therefore, it could foster more unity. And I'm not saying that there wouldn't be hardships and clashes.
There's hardships everywhere, first of all.
Right, but the hardships that come with trying
agreed.
to mesh together multiple cultures and just differences of living and beliefs and things, and one culture trying to lead another culture, that is a problem. As we going over there, we are going to a people who are welcoming to us and our culture, but there is a barrier of miscommunication that extends from TV. For we seeing Africa as Bushmen and Africa seeing us as BET. You feel me?
I would like to challenge it because, all right, dealing with the people who I deal with on a day-to-day basis and being in America, and we see a lot of immigrants in America. We have different nationalities here. We are able to, just mix and mingle with people from different cultures. I learned that not all Africans, but a lot of Africans don't like Black Americans.
Oh, yeah, I can agree with that.
That's true.
I agree with that.
So,
now, all Africans are our people, too, though.
Not everywhere, though. That's not everywhere.
I'm not saying not
because
all.
where I work at now, I deal with a lot of refugees, and there's a lot of Africans that come through there, and they're actually kind of cool. Like, what I mean by cool is they're respectful. They're fun. We have the same personalities. It's like we can kind of see ourselves in each other, even though we're from two different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's not everywhere. It's like that. Mm. But once again, anywhere you go, you're going to find people that's going to, be a little offset towards you just because you're different, or just because, you believe in certain things that they might not, or whatever the case is.
Getting a first-hand experience from it. There's a YouTube channel called Expat Ghana. And it's basically, a couple that are a little older than us. They have moved from Texas to Ghana and documented their experience and coming up on their 2-year mark, right? Mm-hmm. And they basically just outline the goods, the bads, and from a raw perspective, looking at housing, crime in local areas, schooling for children, local markets and things, the ease of access and things like that. Infrastructure for internet and business, how you need it, and just common day-to-day commerce. And like they say, one thing is you might have to scan a few pounds a couple of times trying to get certain things done, or just speed up certain processes and things like that. So like, whereas America is way more organized, we would be making that sacrifice going over there. Okay, but at the same time, from my perspective, us as African Americans are very influential. Yeah. Us going over there as a collective, organized, would be able to create change and bring an environment that would be more comfortable for us, seeing as that we have an American way of life. Right. And I think together. a lot of the people there would be interested on our take and our spin.
Maybe not everyone.
Not everyone. Of course, it's going to be, like I said, it's always going to be dissension. But the main thing is the authorities that we're going to have to deal with. That's really the way that we're going to come in, because like we're not going to be dealing with the local government. I mean, the local people, as far as like documents and stuff like that, right? Zoning for living and stuff like that. We're going to be dealing with the government. Our thing in coming in with the people is just not trying to Americanize their way of life. You feel me? That's their biggest disconnect when it comes to African Americans coming over there. We're so much trying to turn Africa into America,
and they don't want that.
Right.
But I kind of want to go back to what you were saying too about building a culture, and everybody's not going to accept us.
Right.
If everybody's not going to accept us, like in Africa. Because that's the truth. Like, everybody's not going to accept us, especially when you talk about the culture that we're going to be bringing there. Because it's not the same as here. We do a lot of things that they frown upon.
Facts.
But why wouldn't it be more not only feasible but logical for us to stay in a country that we actually are the figureheads for the culture, versus going to another country, another time zone, another continent where we know nothing about. Because we had the
That's
opportunity
okay,
to
though.
do that even after slavery. Post-slavery, we had the opportunity to go to Africa, and everybody was like, yeah, we don't know them.
For me, the glory that come with it.
Because not everybody's like that. A lot of people are very welcoming. A lot of people there are like, oh my God, welcome home.
Facts.
This is what happened to y'all. They have more facts about what happened to us than we know about what happened to us.
We do
You
that,
know what I'm
bruh.
saying?
They
So,
officially have to put it in the history books.
I feel like you're giving up something else, but you're gaining something else
Facts.
too. You
But,
know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you willing to really sacrifice early?
That's a moment.
What is your definition of freedom? Like a lot of people,
That's a moment where we make our impact, or we make our announcement back onto the world stage. You feel me?
Yeah.
Our impact right now is American culture and how America has influenced the rest of the world, not how African Americans have impacted the world or what our achievements have done. It's always like what they did, what we've done in America. You feel me? And this move will take us to a whole new level. You feel me? We're no longer bound to being just African Americans. You feel me? If we black people, whatever, we are now global, and now we have a position to go get say so in like the UN, like because we don't have no representation in the UN. You feel me? And that right there, being in a country where we are supposed to be equal and looking at you looking at the UN. UN got any meetings, and America don't have nobody there that reflects us.
Are we not qualified?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Is there
like
nobody that's African American?
we're the stepchildren of America,
Well,
bro.
then, like, all right,
Pretty much.
I'll push back on that because even if you think about the movements that African Americans push for, a lot of the times we accepted different groups in our movement, and it kind of convoluted what we were doing. It didn't continue to be a African American struggle. It started to be a feminism struggle,
Right.
or a struggle for the
Right.
LGBT, or the struggle
Right.
for minorities, or things like that.
Yeah.
We had opportunities to do these things, and we were doing things like under Marcus Garvey, under Martin Luther King, under Malcolm X. We were doing these certain things, but for us to deal with those things, that's our fault. But even when it comes down to the culture, one of the biggest exports, especially in entertainment, is the hip hop culture.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't give the hip hop culture to nobody but African Americans.
Right?
The Jewish companies that
I mean,
No,
it's more
I'm
than
saying
just-
who owns it, but I'm saying who.
I
who
mean, but
actually
you gotta
started it.
understand the
Even if you talk about the culture of music,
don't get me
that came out,
a lot of
We
the
did a lot more than
music
just
music
hip-hop,
is
like-
music is black people.
And
Country
true that,
music, rock
true
and
that.
roll, jazz, blues.
But do you know
True
how
that.
much
Gospel
stuff
music
that black people
is-
have done that white people have stolen and said that they, that they credit themselves
But
for,
then-
that it's really us? Like, do
but-
we even really
yes.
know how much we've done for the country?
And
you
that's
know
what
I'm saying?
but that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you implement that into the argument, and also just like certain things, we mixed and meshed with other cultures that help move America. Black people, free slaves, actual free slaves who survived. Like us, we're descendants of free slaves.
facts.
Right.
People who made it through the struggle.
Facts.
We helped this country move and build to a superpower that it is today.
Yeah, facts.
I can't leave nowhere where I did that.
I mean,
I helped build this house.
when the house is burning, though, it's time to go, though.
Well, why is it burning?
It's burning because of bad management.
Who's to blame for that?
The people who run it. and it's not
it-
black folks, though.
Is it the people who run it, or is it the individuals who we put in office?
It is the nation that has ran it since its inception.
look at the Cinderella story, right?
Okay.
Her dad owned the house, right? Got the stepmother. He died, right? Left her the house. The stepmother took over. She cleaned it. She cooked. She did so much for that household, right? But when it was something better for her, she left. She had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're there and you cleaned up and you worked for it, the fight and the struggle ain't worth it when there's something better waiting for you. That's why I said, what's your definition of freedom? Because some people might look at that and it's like, oh, the big house and everything, that's what I really want. But some people don't want that. It's not important.
My definition of
You see
freedom,
what I'm saying?
my definition of freedom is the ability to do what I want to do with the means that I acquired by myself, by my own two hands, without any restrictions. And I know freedom is one of those things that it's not just given to you, that if one day, if it may happen, that I will have to fight for that.
Right.
And I understand that.
Right. It's a fight.
So,
that's my point.
If a lot of people, especially in this country, we have that understanding of freedom in this country, but what is the definition of freedom in other countries? Because that's the scary thing when you go to other countries, especially in not just Western civilization, just all over the world.
Right.
They deal with communism, socialism. They deal with people saying that we're not able to speak the way we want to speak. We can't critique the powers that be. We can't own weapons. We can't.
We just can't.
Yeah, right. So what is the trade-off from America, which is probably the last superpower bastion of freedom that we have on this planet, versus going somewhere else?
That depends on the politics of the place that you go, and you have to do the research and invest into the politics and get to know the laws of the land.
So let's take Ghana for instance. What would make Ghana attractive for black individuals to go to, especially when black individuals in this country have been making more money than any other place on the planet?
Okay, opportunities and great development.
Okay.
When you say we have built something here, true enough, we have helped build things here, but we're not the only. We can't just act like we just built this alone.
Oh no, I would never. I would never say that. I'm not one of those people. Yeah.
When you look at that, we would have to share this slice. You feel me? Mm-hmm. When you look at Ghana, it's a developing nation, right? Okay. So we have a chance to go there and make our mark and actually slice out our piece of God ain't heaven or whatever on earth, God dang. So
you're talking about helping out with their own specific industrial revolution.
I mean, it's even beginning now though. Like, if you look into what certain things going on and do the research, there's a particular investment that's going to happen where billions of dollars is going to be poured into the economy of Ghana and uplifted, and a lot of people don't know about it. And I sent you the link on it, bro.
Yeah,
you feel me? Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, okay, let's look at this particular instance, bro. This investment involves a man who's African American. Born in New Jersey, right?
What?
And doing politics with the royal government of Ghana, right? This agreement puts this African American man at the head of this union or this endeavor, this little business adventure, right? Okay. So now African Americans already have a foothold in Ghana, just by that business right there. You feel me? Because not only is he doing business to represent himself, but to represent African Americans here that have been displaced by the diaspora. Okay, Ghana has issued a right of return in 2019 for African Americans to come home. Mm-hmm. No visa, no passport. Go get citizenship, own land, go back home.
Yeah.
Dual citizenship with here in America if you want to. You feel me? Okay. There we can not even only now go there and learn about their land laws to where are they paying taxes like America, or do we get to own land outright?
And that would be the question, because it sounds attractive just from what you hear, but it's like, what do we get? Because we're forfeiting something here,
right?
Mm-hmm. And especially, like, let's talk about just families in general.
Okay.
And especially in the African American community, we have a lot of individuals, a lot of mothers who don't have the father around with them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So let's say if we if there's an influx of single mothers who want to go with their kids,
Right.
is that the best decision for them? And
Oh,
why
definitely.
would it be?
That's why it would be brothers like me and you who would be at the think tank to set up programs to facilitate those moves.
Why not create programs to make it easy for people like that in those situations?
Yeah, well, we have big brother situations where men can mentor the youngest coming through and be able to provide classes for these single mothers and things and avenues to guide them through the processes so they can be more comfortable, shall we?
So, is there something that you would actually feel comfortable with? Like,
sure, I got kids.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
why not?
What would make you move your kids from America, where they're used to, into another country?
Why not experience the rest of the world? Why only be stuck in this box? The world is so much bigger than just Georgia or here or America. Why not have different experiences of different cultures? I feel like that's good for people. You know what I'm saying? Whether they realize it now or not, I feel like they'll be appreciative of it later on in life.
Do you think they would, like, do you have sons?
Sons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, do you think that your sons would be treated in the same manner, or even better, dealing with the system in Ghana?
I feel it'd be better. I feel like they'll have better qualities. I feel like they'll probably learn how to work harder. We're spoiled over here.
That's true.
You know
I can give you firsthand testimony to that experience. As a black man, like I say, that YouTube channel, bro, check them out, bro. One of the biggest things that caught me is that the dude, his name is Tony, and he says, bro, in Ghana, he don't feel like a black man. He feels like a man.
Period.
You feel me?
Blend in.
You in professional settings and you doing business, and after a meeting, y'all dapping up and pounding. And that's respect. That's not no, you know what I mean? If you don't do it, they look at you like you just disrespecting it. So, like, I feel like I be around my people, bro. Like,
honestly, and I'm just gonna say
Wakanda.
I really feel that, especially in America right now, a lot of black individuals, we put their stigmatism on us as being black in America. Instead of just understanding that we're Americans. A lot of stuff that we see and that we're fed, it makes us go into this corner that we're not even supposed to be in.
So
I'm
we
pretty
put ourselves there.
Yeah, I really
think
do.
we try to fight to get out of that. Really, I feel like other people put us there.
No,
I feel like absolutely. I feel like they definitely tried to oppress us for sure and tried to keep us in a box, and we were so much more than that. Like. For sure.
You know that's to be true too, bro.
No,
like
but
I don't think we look at ourselves like that's it. You know what I'm saying? We are the word. We started this.
No, but I'm sorry. No, keep going. No, because I think it's just a mind frame that we see, especially in media, social media, and corporate media, in the things that we see on television and the movies. I think a lot of the times that we put ourselves in this role that we're supposed to be victims in America, but we're not. Mm-hmm. We did way too much for this country to actually sit there and actually think that we're second-class citizens, and to put ourselves on the same levels that we put like think about it. We actually are putting ourselves on the same levels as individuals who's coming from south of the border who are not even from here.
No law, bro. You gotta learn the law, bro.
But we're literally taking their sides in these situations.
It's called Black's Law Dictionary for a reason, bro. Like, our laws is color coded, literally. When you go into certain courts, you have to come with what they call a colorable claim. Literally, that's the legal term for it, right? And in law and in certain societies, you can be whitelisted or blackballed, right? You feel me? These terminologies are there for a reason. So legally, we are identified as black people, right? Legally. So legally, we are identified as second class. Legally, by term, the term black means to be outcast. It means to be second. It means to be really last, bro.
I think that's one of those things. If you try to dig deeper than what it's supposed to be, because honestly, the definition, especially when like Obama got elected for president,
right?
That was like one of those things. Like I would think that this country is just the most racist country on earth, but they let off OJ and Obama got elected president.
I
They
mean,
kind of messed me up.
politics
Politics
is different,
I'm
though,
sorry.
bro.
I don't know if y'all understand it.
Politics is different,
It's
though, bro.
weird. But what I'm saying is, like, in this country, I think that we don't know how much power that we hold. And I think that a lot of the power that we wield, especially in these days, we only wield them with emotional stances. But that's not what we're supposed to do. We're way too powerful as a people to sit there and just sit back and take the stuff that they're doing, especially when we have so many black millionaires and billionaires in this country and not be able to.
Rich country has rich slaves, bro. All I'm saying is, bro, you're not looking at the facts of the situation when it comes to how definitions and things are used, bro. Like, regardless of what we use in a common terminology, the way things are defined and business is done is by a legal standard. If you sign your name wrong on the contract, that contract is null and void. That contract is dead.
All right, honestly.
You know what I mean? So that don't care nothing about what me and you talked about, we agreed upon, the text messages we sent, and all that is dead if you mess up on that paperwork and that contract.
But this is how I just pretty much look at it, because I don't want to confuse it. I believe there is no reason, just to make it clear, I believe there is no reason for us to go somewhere else in a place that we do not know anything about to make it better for us.
Right.
And nobody here, especially because if we leave, let's just say we just go on this whole Moses thing and just go to the promised land.
Okay.
So I don't believe that the people who we're going to take to, even with Moses, the people you took to the promised land, some of the people was Egyptians.
No, yeah,
They messed some stuff up.
It was a mixed multitude.
I don't believe that we're going to be able to survive because we're going to deal with the same thing that Moses dealt with.
Okay.
We're still dealing with the same people who have this mind frame.
Like a repeat.
Yeah. So
okay.
We're in this country right now. And everything that y'all are saying right now that we should do in Ghana, we should do here. Because there is no reason why we don't hold the individuals who are in power, especially the ones the same color as us.
Yeah.
We buy their products.
I mean,
we listen to
I
the
look
music.
at here like
there's no reason for that.
I mean,
because
that's how I look at here. Because like, this is gonna burn down.
But that's what happens when
free
like
will is implemented.
But it is Sodom and Gomorrah because that's what happens.
So why stay? You know what happens to Sodom? Yeah, it's time to go.
I don't
want to be here when the sulfur.
All right, that's a good point.
Time to go, bro.
That's a good point.
Time to go. But nah, bro. Like, okay, don't get me wrong.
But even in Sodom and Gomorrah, God said, "Lot, find me a couple people. If you find me a couple folk,
right?
Why can't we find these couple people
and get the heck out? Yeah,
but
we find them and go.
If
y'all listen, look, hit me up. Let's go.
But if you find these couple people, I'll spare y'all.
Man.
So why can't we be those people to get this place spared?
Okay, because now you would have to look at whether or not this place gets redemption. Does this place get goddamn salvation? Because now, if we gonna go by the scriptures and we sticking to the story, his story has already been written.
History.
His story is told from the beginning. The end has been declared. So if America is gonna go, it ain't nothing we can do to save it. It is time to get up out of here. Like, for real. So that's why we gotta find. All right, if we gonna go by the Bible, find where America is in the scripture. You know where I think America is, bro. 400 years. 400 years hit. It's time to go. 2020 came. Ever since 2020, everything been going crazy. Judgment on this country. Biden in charge.
Even if you and I agree with all that.
Hey man,
ever since Biden got in charge, I'm not even gonna lie.
Look,
it seems like a lot of stuff is being orchestrated and it's not just a mess up. But I will say, where are you gonna hide from God when he?
I ain't hiding from my father. I ain't hiding. Ain't no hiding from him. Look,
but when he decides to show his wrath,
ain't no hiding.
Why would I need to hide?
He says, "Come up out of her, so you don't partake in her judgment." It's time to leave this harlot alone. She was fun. The little thotty was fun, bruh. It's time to leave her alone. Let the titty go, bruh.
But even at the same stance,
might not be as comfortable as you would like it to be.
And that's the thing. The wilderness wasn't comfortable for them. It was to test them, bro. If we call ourselves men, if we call ourselves the strongest people or the most influential, why can't we go to another land and make it just as great?
Well, then you would have to tell me how we would still have the same freedoms that we have here.
Okay.
Because that's the biggest thing for me.
The laws.
I would go to Ghana with y'all, But I have to understand that I can still have the freedom of speech.
Right.
I have to have the right to defend myself.
Right.
I have to be able to speak to a judge, be innocent until proven guilty. Matter of fact, I need my first 10 amendments.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. You are asking you asking for your hand to be held, bro. At the same time, bro.
No, because I think that y'all getting confused. Those first 10 amendments aren't for to be spoiled. Those first 10 amendments aren't a spoiled thing. Those first 10 amendments are something that was based on Judeo-Christian values. Those things, yes, they were. Like we can historically look that up. I'm not gonna do that with you right now.
Because I can disagree with that all day,
you're
bro.
by your computer, but they were based on Judeo-Christian values, and also it was because that people are free. God created us to be free beings.
I agree with that.
We have free will. We
I
have
agree with that.
The ability to have choice.
Correct.
We have the ability to defend ourselves.
Right.
Correct.
So, no other country. That's what I'm saying. No other country has that. So if we're talking about going to Ghana, what makes Ghana more attractive? Because this right now, from what I'm seeing, especially in the world, this is the only place that we actually have freedom.
Okay, I disagree with you on that.
If you can make it attractive for people to be able to just at least tell me that I can defend myself in Ghana.
See, I disagree with you on that. There are places in the world that have more freedom, but there are less laws and it's less safe. But it's way more
like I
free.
said, you're giving up
You know what I
something
mean?
to gaining something.
Exactly. So that's where you gotta understand.
So-
like you want to trade you want to gain freedom, but you want to keep the same securities and things, bro. And when Thomas Jefferson already told you, bro, you can't have both of them, bro. Security or freedom, bro.
Exactly.
Which one you gonna choose?
Freedom.
So
Every
if you're choosing
time.
freedom, you're gonna have to give up the security of the. You're gonna have to give up the certain
Laws
securities,
of
like
the
being
land.
able to speak to a judge when you want to, and
Freedom.
file a paperwork in 90 days and get your case.
And
1
that's-
through 10.
You might have to get that security up, bro.
That's why the first two, freedom of speech. The second one, right after that, what was that? Right to bear arms. I can defend myself.
Right.
So I don't need the country to secure me.
I don't need an amendment to tell me I
that's
can't
my
have the right to bear
that's my
arms either,
issue.
though, bro.
That's my
Right.
issue with America
freedom
right
of
now.
speech.
Right.
Because so many people in America, they're trying to make this country into a place that the government is supposed to protect us. I don't need the government to protect me.
Right.
I just need them to not impede on my rights.
Okay, so then when you're a free man with no government, then clearly they cannot impede.
Right.
But
I just need my guns. That's the only thing I'm saying.
But say as a
Why
free
you
man,
can't have it?
as
No,
a free
in Ghana,
man
do I
with
get my
no,
guns?
if free man with
Yes,
no
you can have
government, you
guns.
can have your guns all
Right,
you would
if you-
like. So, but now hold on. When it comes to Ghana, bruh, we have to understand how their laws are established and what type of
That's
laws
true,
they go
too.
by. I know for a fact they go by a republic. I don't know exactly how they got a republic established. You feel me? And what is the architecture behind it? I think they have dual chambers, parliament, not a parliament. I mean, Senate and House and things like that. I'm not 100%. I can look it up. But the thing is, bruh, the when it comes to laws, bruh, and dealing with humans, bruh, the main thing is the tongue, bruh. And everything flows through the tongue.
Word
Lies,
is bond.
agreements, bonds. You feel me?
I just-
So our contract, our freedom in America is dependent upon a contract.
And
it's
our
called a
contract
sentencing
is the
contract.
Constitution.
Right, that Constitution. So
That's
what
our
is
contract.
stopping us from having another contract in another land that outlines our interactions between each other?
Then-
So now while you're looking for other people to and guarantee you to be able to the right. So no, that's what I'm saying. As a man, bro, we go and establish these rights for people to be able to have a legal system to where they can get their answers, get their goddamn court systems and their situations solved in a reasonable amount of time and be able to see a judge in a
Well,
reasonable
why not
amount
just
of time.
buy your own land
Right,
and
and
establish your
establishing
own
those
government
systems and
your
work them how
laws?
we want, bro. So now if we can get to, like I say, in a unison to where we have an influence as African Americans. Let's say we created a trust account with the United Nations and we got our finances, we got raw materials or whatever
Right.
we using to negotiate with, and we go to Ghana, bro, and we carve out a piece of land with Ghana as our district and how we operate. And don't get me
enough for
wrong,
everybody.
everybody can travel in, but this is our district that we operate as far as our central offices, our local government offices and stuff like that. We come with resources, goddamn. Let's say, okay, America, give us our goddamn 40 acres and a mule, right?
What?
we take those resources to Ghana to negotiate a district for African Americans to be able to come and assimilate into the lifestyle, so we can get a place. African Americans come, settle in, get a little place, learn the culture, learn the lifestyle, get a job, and then move into Ghana, further into the culture, and now we assimilate into the lifestyle. Like
I was with you up until like move to Ghana. If we already got our 40 acres and mule here, and we already have our rights already established here, then why should we go anywhere?
Because Joe Biden telling me I gotta think like a certain type of black man in order to be a black man.
Even if you talk about Ghana and we talk about the Constitution was already established. It's infallible. Like, not infallible, but like pretty much it is established in this country that it's not going to move. We already have amendments and all that good stuff, cool. But those first 10 amendments, they're set in stone. Right. We don't have that anywhere else. And the only way that I can find it, just logically speaking, the only way that I can find it like cool for black people to move there, one, we have to understand the laws in this nation. So I want to know, like, if we want to go to Ghana, I need Ghana to be a safe place for black people to go, especially
No. You thinking wrong, bro. You thinking wrong. You can't. You want the security, bro. You want the freedom, or do you want the security? We have to have the freedom to be able to go and make a safe place.
Is it safe first?
No,
I gotta make sure
sorry,
it's safe before I go.
I didn't mean to say safe because I didn't want y'all to jump down my throat. but I wanted to be a place that is worth it for black. If I'm leaving somewhere, I need it to be better than the place that I left.
Definitely.
Like, when I'm moving, it's going to be better than where I'm at right now.
Definitely.
So I need it to be a place where black people we can have some type of security, and the security is to be able to live our lives freely. We need liberty. If I can't go anywhere, and I'm not even that's my only thing. I have no problem going to Ghana, but if Ghana doesn't have a established constitution, an established government where we have liberty, then there's no reason for us to go
about
there.
what are you able to do? Are you willing to build something yourself?
Right.
Yes.
So then you can't look for something to be established
if you're
already.
To build something yourself, exactly. How are you going to find something that's already established?
All right, make it easier. If I can take a gun, I'll go.
Yeah.
Of course you can take a gun.
But see, okay, that's the thing. What I say, we develop a trust, and we go as a committee to negotiate these type of things, so we can understand what we can and can't do, and we'll be able to compromise with what we know is feasible to achieve, and to make the transition as easy as possible for people who are nervous and people who do have those worries. We will have the pamphlets laid out so you can know where to go find the local courthouse once you get off the plane or the boat. Have the pamphlets to know where you can go and find the libraries and get all the books you need.
The problem is
having the people who are knowledgeable to establish this go first, so that the people who are weary can come behind and have footprints to follow. That's the game plan.
People are comfortable. That's the problem.
Yeah.
People are just comfortable and set in what's
though.
already here. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to leave. Some people.
But okay,
even this place could burn down, they still wouldn't go.
You're talking about staying in a place where we have to compete, right? Again, we're in a place where we're not the controlling party. We're considered to be the minority. We're in a place where our success has much been determined on the input of other nations, right? Us as a people are the only people who have to deal with that to this extent. Now, a lot of nations do have outside forces and outside influences, but we are the only people, bro, that don't have our own place to goddamn call home. How much can you
actually place that on the place? Like, how much could you place the blame on the area that we live in versus what the decisions that we make? Because that's the different thing. Okay,
when you got people who have been systematically uneducated, systematically kept ignorant, systematically lied to, and systematically
those things?
Yeah, I know this for a fact. I know all this for a fact.
So you
I
know all these things
this
are
for a fact, bro. That African Americans have been systematically lied to.
Jim Crow laws.
Before you do that, you know this for a fact.
I know this for a fact.
Does that affect the way that you move and you live?
And yes, it does.
Yes,
it does.
You have been able to overcome those things?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
With
See, now, what you take is individual gains as is achievement for an entire nation, which is not, bro.
No,
Jay-Z becoming a billionaire is not an advancement for all black people, bro. They got to stop that type of thing, that type of rhetoric, bro.
At the end of the day, that we're all judged alone.
No, we're not,
We're not
bro.
judged alone?
No, we're not,
So when we
bro.
go meet God, we're not going to be
At
judged
the end of the day, bro, we're all going to be judged as a people.
Individual.
We're going to be judged as a nation. And you're going to be judged as an individual, bro. If he's not going to be judged as a nation, what's Genesis talking about when God say the nation that they serve, I will judge. I will judge that nation. So now, when even the children of Israel, God is going to judge that nation, and amongst the children of Israel, He's going to sift out. Okay, you're going to influence my kids to be bad. You've been following the bad ones, but if I remove him, you gonna goddamn get right. So I'm gonna punish you and bring you along the fold. Judgment gonna come amongst the nations and individual. Hold on, my bad. But individual nations gonna get judged by different things. The nation of Israel gonna be judged by the laws and the commandments, right? That's it. Other nations gonna be judged by their own actions and their own laws and how they perceive and judge themselves. So God's going to judge each man by his own measure, including the nation. So when America sat and haughty and the police of the world, they're going to be judged off that shit. The whole country is. So now how could the whole nation not be judged and individuals in that thing should not get their judgment too? Of course, each person's individual judgment is going to vary, but it's falling over the whole nation.
Well, not going to lie. You would have to change your whole nation in order to be saved.
And that's what God. That's what God does. I mean, he changes. He's not a respecter of persons, my nigga. He moves nations, and that's why he touches the hearts of kings, because the hearts of kings affect the decisions of nations.
Absolutely. He's
not worried about the lowly beggar on the street and making him hit what his individual decisions do, because his individual decision ain't gonna affect your life. But Joe Biden's individual decision does affect your life, so God will touch his heart and make his heart hard or soften depending on what he wanted to do.
The only thing that I'm saying is, even with that thought process, if either one of us drop dead right now, we're judged by what our people have done, and that's kind of scary.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So what is the point of me doing the things I'm doing if I gotta wait for what my people did?
You ain't gotta wait, because he said if you own up to what your forefathers did and what you have done. Because I mean, all right, look at it like this. This is where humans we're quick to accept inheritance. Your mama leave you the house. Oh yeah, that's mine. Right. Your mama leave you a car. Oh yeah, your dad leave you some money. I'm banking that. Let your dad be in debt. Oh, boy, that was his debt. Right. I ain't pay for that car, nigga.
It don't work like that.
God don't look at it like that.
Don't work like
God
that.
don't look at it like that. You inherit your parents with debts and they wealth, bro. All they positives and negatives, bro. That's why he say I will put
all types of stuff.
Yeah, he say I will put goddamn the sins of the father to the fourth generation. Shout it. So like, cause hopefully by that fourth generation, somebody done realize like, okay, man, we been f***ing up, bro. We gotta break this generation. We gotta break this curse, bro. Somebody gotta go to college, bro.
I'm not even gonna hit on that point.
Like, for real,
that's
bro.
a whole nother conversation. And even when we're talking,
yeah, you know, we do this for hours, bro.
But yeah, we're actually we have to get into the conversation, because now we're gonna talk about one day. People y'all can hear it. Me and Corderris talk about Old Testament versus New Testament. So
sorry.
My bad. I'm sorry. But we're gonna talk about we're gonna have that discussion about it. But I'm glad y'all sat here and joined me, Corderris.
Oh, bro,
Corderris,
yeah.
Glass, Black Play Productions, Darcelle. Thank you for sitting down with me too. It's always great to have a woman and her perspective. I seen Art. Go ahead, check them out on YouTube. And yeah, we're not experts or anything like that. We're just stating our opinion, just to get the conversation going about what should we do as a people, especially this specific topic. Should we stay in America or should we just go back to Africa? So y'all comment down below and tell us what you think. And again, thank y'all for joining us.
I've been called a know-it-all, so I debate anybody, man. Let me know what's up.
Yeah, holla at YouTube, Rumble, holla at us on Royal Family Studios. This is another episode of Untitled Discussion. I'm your host, TJ Evans. Appreciate y'all checking in with us. Y'all stay up, do your own research. Peace.
That was fun.
You didn't
I forgot the camera was there.
Exactly.